Can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good to see you.
Good evening.
Good, good. Good evening. Well, for you, probably lunchtime.
Yeah, for me it's the afternoon.
Mm.
Cool.
How are you?
Awesome. You look great. Let's see. How's your day going?
Uh, just a calm Sunday together with my mother, with my husband. My
Uh,
daughter went for a festival, and I'm waiting for her to get back tonight.
okay, got it. So you're like, you're not worried, are you?
No, not at all.
No, okay,
Well,
good.
hopefully.
Okay, good.
It's
Okay,
not it's not over the ocean, the other continent,
right.
like your journey, for instance.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of the that's the main thing I wanted to talk about is, it's been a while. It's already been like almost a year. And it was just such a beautiful experience that I decided to interview some people that picked us up and um, get a perspective of what you guys were thinking. Um, like, I know in Russia it used to be even during the Soviet Union, I think there was hitchhiking competitions. Yeah. Uh,
Really, never
there's
heard about that.
yeah, like it would be competitions on the radio and stuff, but Um, my Australian friend Seth, he introduced me to the concept, and at first, I didn't want to ask somebody for help. I was like, I didn't want to ask somebody to give me a ride. It's like somebody else's, car, and it's like I came up to your husband shy, and I'm like, can you please take us? And it's so, but once you get over that hump, like, then it's so much fun, and you meet so many new people. So, did you ever
Yeah,
do stuff like
right.
that as a kid? Like not hitchhike, but I don't know, go to another country by yourself or anything like that?
Well, hitchhiking, not that much, but little bit around Bulgaria.
Uh,
And yes, my first journey to Europe, to France, was alone. No, the second was alone. The first was with my mother, and the second was just by myself when I was 20.
right,
And it and later I have been traveling quite a lot alone, and it's a great journey, I have to say, to to be without a companion, because you are just with the unexpected, and
right,
then you meet different people, and you are more, how to say, more flexible to get
right,
into contact,
right.
um, and somehow it's like Alice in Wonderland, because uh, you never know how big or how small you can get out of the situation.
Right. Yeah, there's something about that, especially as a young person, you usually grow up in a certain city and everybody knows everything about you, how you were in the primary school and all your mistakes and your embarrassments. And when you're in a new place by yourself, these people have never met you before. And so you kind of get to restart with every new person, and that teaches you a lot about who you really are because you're still connected to all that past identity. So I think it's good to find yourself and explore yourself, which is a phase that everybody has to go to in one point through in their lives. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's and then
it might be challenging as well, because in anyhow you need to get out of your comfort zone.
right,
Um, it's much easier to be in the balloon inside with someone who you know and who you trust, Otherwise, you just need to get out of your own balloon, which sometimes it's frightening, sometimes could be really shocking.
Right. So I was
For
gonna
instance, when you, sorry, I interrupted you, but when I saw you at this oil station, um, first I thought, oh, these guys must be crazy in this
ask.
region because there are so many. Well, Bulgaria is a calm country and not criminal country anyhow, but especially in this border area, there are many migrants and it's
Right.
not so safe to be there hitchhiking. And I thought, let's take these two guys because let's get them as possible far from there and help them have a safe journey.
Right.
So this was my first thought, and later when I started to, because mainly me and you were talking,
Right.
we got such a incredible conversation, and I found that you come from the States, but
Uh-huh.
your roots are from Russia, and given that I was born in Moscow, it was such a synchronicity.
Right.
So it was like somehow
Right.
uh, the fate um, uh, unheld her hand, and it was
Right.
such kind of strange
Right.
meeting, weird meeting. But for me, it was powerful.
Yeah, I know, me too. I mean, we kept talking about it after. It's like sometimes you just connect with somebody and there's like electricity and
Mm,
it's just beautiful because, we get so caught up with like work and that's important too and all that stuff. But, just yesterday I was out and I was talking to a rock st like a rock guy, musician. And he was telling me that he just had a funeral, his aunt's funeral. And I was like, oh, how sad. And he's like, it brought the whole family together. Even my mom and dad were
mm,
separated and they were speaking with each other. I've never seen this for years. And they were all drinking
mm,
and all that stuff. And he's like, yeah, my aunt, this funeral that's supposed to be sad became like this unifying, beautiful thing of connection. And that's what his aunt would have wanted. So it's like,
mm,
we get caught up, but that human connection I think is really what we long for. It's like when you finally
mm,
it's kind of like a vitamin you're missing. It's like you go on a hike, it's like, "Oh my God, this should be a vitamin." Like I was missing this. I think same thing with human connection. It's like, "Oh, I was missing that. I forgot that was like so important to me." It's like a vitamin. So I think it's so
mm.
important. That's something that's nice about hitchhiking. It's like, gosh, I bet that's the last thing you guys expect during your day, right? I mean, for some weird-looking
The-
guys to come up and start speaking half broken Russian, and then look how it turned out. It's like
yeah,
so spontaneous. I mean, it's so you can never even try to tell that story. Imagine such a story.
all right. I've
No.
been thinking about your mother. How
Yeah.
is your mom? How is your family? Did you tell them about your journey?
Yeah, I told him after. I told my mom after because I also went to Ukraine. So I was like keeping silent to
I
not
remember
worry
that
about.
that was your plan to tell them after.
Yes,
I
when it
can
feels
understand it
right.
as a mother.
Yeah, over a glass of wine. I'm like, okay, mom. So this is what I did. She's like, what? But yeah, I try not to worry. She has a lot going on. I try not to worry her too much with my crazy adventures because I know, gosh, it could be so stressful and it's even to me before this adventure, it sounds crazy to me too. It's like but I try to get out of the way in terms of like, not let those feelings bother me too much of how weird it is and how it looks like from the outside. Like I know what I'm doing, I know what it feels like, and it feels right. So I'm just gonna continue off that feeling, instead of,
Mm,
let Yeah, you just have to know how to juggle the different
Mm.
relationships and you know. Did me and my buddy, did we remind you of a younger self of you? Or no, or you just were in the moment? Did we remind you of
Sorry.
your times traveling? Did me and my buddy, we're both young guys, did
Uh-huh,
it
uh-huh,
remind you
okay.
of your younger days of
Yeah, somehow my younger and my older, because maybe the common thing is the feeling of freedom
mhm,
and the feeling of how to say, to be um, to let yourself be wherever the flood is taking you, and somehow to follow the will of God. It's this type of, to trust that there is something which will bring you where it is necessary for you to be.
right.
So from this point, maybe this is what I felt about your journey in common with my own searches.
Oh wow.
And sometimes it's not maybe necessary to fly so far away, but you just can take your bag or take your whatever you want to take with yourself and just go out and close the door behind you,
Wow.
and the journey starts.
Right. So you're saying, yeah, you don't have to fly so far away. I mean, you can have your own adventure in wherever you are. It's just we drive home the same route every day. We everything becomes a routine. Like it's the same home. It did like, when you move into a nice new house, you have an amazing feeling for like one day. And then after one day, it's home. That's it. It's just home. You forget all the nice things. It's like, oh, that's nice. And then you forget about it. But yeah, it's like, yeah, you don't have to go so far to have a,
Then maybe the other option is to fill your new home with many many books, because
right,
this way you will have many worlds inside your new home and you can never get bored.
right,
I I'm on the second floor now, but I have a huge library with lots of books, and that's my somehow my special thing.
right.
Reading, writing, doing some art, painting.
Hmm.
So you're never in the same house.
Right. Something is always transforming, something is always new, keeping that and like the new energy.
Yeah, especially if you practice some kind of art. I
Right.
remember that your mom uh, was doing some arts.
Yeah, she's a florist in LA. So that's her whole thing. I mean, she's a
Mm-hmm.
florist, and flowers
Mm-hmm.
are such a beautiful thing because, we as humans, we value things that have a shelf life. So if
Mm-hmm.
a flower, part of the reason why it's so valuable, I used to help her when I was a teenager, so I know how to peel the roses and all that. But it's so
Mm-hmm.
interesting because, you give a girl flowers, and part of the reason why it's valuable is because it's gonna die. It's gonna die in a few days, and it's like, oh my God, it's fresh, it's alive. So it's just continuously making these creations for just that magic moment of the wedding. And then they slowly die, and it's just such an interesting art form. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I right now I'm sitting on a piano, so yeah.
Do you plan to somehow to share your story to make kind of a movie, or I would love to somehow to hear more about your experience
Mhm.
about the different countries, and so I really would be interested if you want to, if you plan to tell your story about this journey.
That's what I'm working on. That's the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me and my buddy, we're thinking about going somewhere again in October, but I'm only 22, so I'm super young. So in this point, I've always kind of, this is becoming a therapy session, but I used to have so many projects that would start and stop, start and stop. And now I feel like through my travels and all this stuff, like I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking to people, to write about my experiences, to make a video about it. And I'm like, okay, before I go on the next one, let me try to create something from this instead of just continuing, you know.
Mm, mm.
So it's
That's
that
a
kind
good
of
point.
point. Yeah, I feel like I want to keep
Mm.
exploring, but build something in the meantime. I think it's time for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, what got
yeah.
you
Well,
into are you a lawyer?
yeah, that's my profession.
Right. And you've
I'm a
been doing that for a
lawyer.
while, huh?
Yeah. Yes, pretty a while, almost, well, more than 25 years.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but
you're also a
besides that,
storyteller, right? As a lawyer?
I'm sorry, I
Is
didn't
there is
get it.
there an aspect of storytelling in being a lawyer?
Mm.
Storyteller, like you
Well,
have to create like
yes,
a yeah,
yes. I being a lawyer, it's more or less most of the time storytelling because you need to create a good story
right,
and make the other trust it, at least to check all the weak and all the good points and to be able to defend your own
right,
story. So
right,
somehow maybe it's a good question because maybe this was, as I get back, one of the things that brought me to law because I have always loved good stories and
right,
books, and I I have been writing myself, so maybe this was one of the things that inspired me about law.
right. And you need to make a story that doesn't have any holes in it. It has to be an iron. It has to be like no hole. It can't be penetrated. It has to
as
it has
well
to
as
be does it
possible.
have to it has to in a way be simple, right? Like, you know, right.
Yeah.
It has to be simple and make complete logical sense, and there's no way that anybody can poke holes in it. And if they do, they just
Yes.
look silly. Yeah, wow.
Yes.
What an
Right.
interesting it's interesting work. And you have to read those like papers and to really understand the gist of them, right? Like quickly. You need to quickly
Mm-hmm.
understand what it's trying to say and really boil that paper down to, okay, what is this person trying to say in one sentence, right? That's a lot of the also the work you guys do, right? When you're reading those papers.
Yeah. But in many, in many situations, lawyers have to act like soldiers
Mm,
because we are normally hired in order to protect
right.
someone interest or someone line and or to achieve some result. But in many aspects, I try to do out of my work something more like to rebuild connections, to be a
Mm,
bridge between the parties, to try to help them like more like mediator. At least in the beginning, I always try to get the parties to some consent and to to solve their problem if there is an argument. So
right.
that's my normal approach, and only if it could not happen because it's not always possible, only then we start the war.
Did you say the war?
The war, yeah.
Okay, that's exactly what I was about to say. It sounds like, okay, can we work something out or we're gonna have to fight? It's like that kind of thing, right?
Yes, something like this, but at least
Wow.
I really do try
Right, right,
to
right.
avoid the fight. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Gosh, in America, people sue just for anything. They will just sue you. It's even like a
Yeah.
it's like a rich person thing to say like I'm gonna sue you. And now the person has to go to sleep and they're like, "Oh my God, please don't sue me." It's like such a headache, right?
Yeah, that's very really different from our approach.
Yeah, right. That's good. Yeah,
One can
so
never
okay.
feel safe.
So I'm gonna go back to when you picked us up in that petrol station. It was so interesting because um it's like a ordinary nice petrol station in the middle of like kind of nowhere. Right? So you guys were just driving through and you were going to that coastal city, the one that we stopped at for a little bit. What was the name of
Mhm.
it? It wasn't Burka.
Uh,
It wasn't that.
it was, well, yes, the biggest city was Burgas, and we were somewhere close to the border with Turkey, and you wanted to get to Turkey, but there is not some specific transport to pass from this point. So we suggested you to get you to Plovdiv, from where you can take a bus or some kind of more trustful transportation to Istanbul.
Yeah, right.
And I wonder what happened. Do you remember we took a photo with
Uh-huh. Yeah.
with your great picture with the kangaroo, which is going to Turkey
Right.
and Turkey. And what happened later, by the way? Did you get to Istanbul?
Oh yeah, so we hitchhiked all the way from Bucharest to Istanbul with no public transport. And so once you dropped us off at Plovdiv, it was good because there's like you could get it from there, but it's like a much smaller road and it's much more difficult. But then we found the other road from Plovdiv and then it goes down like that.
Mhm. Mm.
And
The
so
main
there's
road.
a better center road to get into Turkey. So
Mhm.
yeah, so then,
Mm.
but I'm so glad I kept telling people this. It was fate because I had this image of Bulgaria and it was beautiful, like Varna, Velika Tarnova, those cities, Ruse. They were very nice, um, beautiful, amazing, but Plovdiv was completely different. It's like the oldest city,
Yeah.
right? In what? In Europe?
Yes. Uh, or one of the oldest, but maybe the oldest.
And it was so
It's
different. It was like
ancient.
Paris or
Yes.
something. I don't know. It's like I'm like, this is Bulgaria too? So just right now we're in the hillside, and then Varna, even that's more like a touristy kind of beach place, casinos, and then Plovdiv. It's like wow, it's so different. And it was just so beautiful. It's like a lot of people walking around, and it reminded me of like Brussels or something like that. I was like, wow. So
It
super
is a
glad
pity
you
that
dropped us
you
off
didn't
there.
have much time and you couldn't see some of the museums, and there are amazing places, but hopefully you need to keep something for your next trip.
Yeah, exactly. There's always room to
Mm.
explore something and everything.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
did your husband think about the whole thing? He's a quieter guy, right?
Yeah, well, he took a little bit father's position. Probably he thought, what if my son or my daughter were at this place? So he was a little bit upset about the whole situation, and that you may have some problems there alone. So um, actually, he's more practical, and yeah, he's
So
a
he
good
was like,
guy.
"Poor guys, I need to take them out of
Let's
here."
yeah. Let's take
That's
them
hilarious.
out. Yeah, but then I think he was surprised maybe to hear our conversation, because he knows me well, and normally I'm more introvert, and at this point I was so open,
Right.
especially with you. We had such a great conversation, and maybe maybe your friend couldn't. even say much in our talk because it was we were just jumping from topic to topic.
Right.
Even it's not very simple to find someone to speak about Dostoevsky
Right.
and
You have to enjoy reading and writing.
yeah,
You have to enjoy
yeah,
those
or
things. And
physics. Yes, I
yeah.
remember you were telling me about your favorite writer in physics. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's a pity that my daughter is not here right now. I would have meet met you. I would have been able to meet you with her.
Oh, okay.
But
Introduce me.
maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, introduce you. Yeah,
Yeah.
introduce you.
Yeah. I remember after the car ride, he's like, "What? Like, I didn't know you knew all that stuff." He's like,
Mhm.
because we don't, with some friends you talk
Yeah.
about some things, and also you're just in the moment, and then, when you read a lot, I mean, gosh, it opens your eyes to what is in the world, and there's so much. There's so many different places and so many different things, and it's like, gosh, physics and each field of study unlocks a new world view. You see the world different. So yeah, I agree. Books are so important, and it's cool that you have a big library because I also keep my older books around. And sometimes I try not to buy books until I say, okay, I will finish this one. But then sometimes they just
Mm-hmm.
pile up and I just have to get to them. And it's cool because it kind of like when you're just seeing the titles, it tells you how much you don't know. So like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I know that in this book there's all this physics and this and that, and here there's like like evolution. Here there's history, and now you know kind of what's in those books and the worlds that you are missing, that you can tap into if you have time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's
Mm-hmm.
nice
Yeah, the
about having a
same.
lot of books around.
Yeah, it's more or less the same like the hitchhiking
Uh-huh.
because what moves you is probably the curiosity and
Right,
your inner search to know as more as possible
right.
to
Yeah,
find out.
yeah. And what's
Yeah.
your book reading process like? Do you take notes? Um,
Sometimes, yes, especially if the book is important. Um, I can show you
right.
just a moment. For instance, this is the book that I'm reading right now,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm also um, having all these notes you can see
Oh, okay.
here. And yeah, the book is about it's written by Bulgarian author like 50 years ago, and it is a very interesting story about um, a conversation between Lao Tzu and Confucius. How
Oh, the guy
you
who
know
wrote
the
Tao Te Ching? Tao Te Ching?
Lao Tzu and uh, Kung Kung Fu uh, Kung Fu.
Wait, Lao
How do you say?
Tzu, Lao Tzu is not the
La,
one who wrote the Tao Te Ching, no?
yes, yes, and the other very famous Chinese philosopher
Uh,
Confucius.
right.
You Confucius.
It's that's under Confucius. What is his name?
Yes,
Confucius, yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
Have
So
you read the
it
Tao
was.
Te Ching?
Yes, well, more or less partially, not
Right,
entirely, but I have it somewhere around my bed,
right. But that's
and
by
from
Lao
time
Tzu,
to
right?
time, yeah, from time to time, I keep reading it.
Yeah, no,
So
it's
yes, I
great.
like to take notes because later, when you see your notes, it's kind of bridge back very to the essence
Right,
of
so
the
you don't have to
book.
reread it and you can kind of just get the most important parts. kind of like a poem or
or
something.
get some new idea.
Right.
Yeah, or some very, very new idea you can have out of this.
And do you have like 100, some people think that like, okay, you should be rereading the books that spoke to you the most over and over again rather than, I mean, also you need to read new stuff, but instead of, there's so many books and there's like some books that you reread all the time, right? And some that you are
Mm,
just exploring, right?
mm. Yeah, yeah.
What are some of the books that
But,
you like to reread? Because I'm very interested because you probably have a whole different um library than us Westerners have, you know.
well, there are so many, more or less the most important books, which are not, which are a good number as well. They they need to be reread it because at a certain point when you get back, you always can find something different, some new approach, and some new voice. And because we are never the same, and it's all about us,
Right.
how we change.
It's so crazy when there's a book that really moved you and then you read it like a
Mm,
few years later and you're like a new person and you're reading it
mm.
and it's a completely new book. It's like, wow, it's so interesting. It's,
Yeah, right.
and
Oh, Vic,
what do you do?
yes. Um, I just wanted to say that I have a little bit limited time right
Oh,
now,
no worries.
because I have to get down for dinner, and
No
they're
worries.
waiting. My family is waiting for me. So
Okay.
if you wish, we can some of the next days we can talk a little bit more, or you can cut whatever you like from this conversation. You're completely free to use it for your movie or
Oh,
whatever you
thanks.
do.
Thank you. What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? Potatoes.
Okay, that's
uh,
staple.
Potatoes in the oven.
Oh yeah, baked potatoes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how we do it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And what?
And a
That's it?
salad.
Oh, okay.
Great, great Bulgarian tomatoes. And I don't know if you tasted the Bulgarian tomatoes,
Oh,
but
those
they
are
are extremely tasty and full of flavor, and some cucumber and Bulgarian pepper with some avocado, which is not Bulgarian.
right. And so, are you like a
And some
vegetarian?
I am a vegetarian, but not my family. My mother also is a vegetarian, but my husband and my daughter, they are not. They
And
enjoy
that's kind of hard to do in
eating meat.
Bulgaria, right? To be a vegetarian.
No,
No?
it's pretty easy because we
Okay.
have amazing, still we have, because
All
now
right.
times are changing, but still we have good vegetables, very
Okay,
tasty.
cool. Okay, well, I really appreciate your time, and it's
It
so
was
cool
my
how you,
pleasure to see you again, and I'm very
yeah,
happy that you're safe and sound back.
yes,
And I really would love to hear about your journey more, and would
yes.
love to
Oh
see
gosh, I would
your,
love for
your
you
film.
to, like, maybe I can send you some short excerpts from my other adventures or this, and I need help to edit it because I'm a new writer.
Mm, mm,
And
mm.
so, and actually, like legal people in that legal community, you guys are so good, like I said, from those, those legal documents you guys have to read all the time, how you guys have to get to the gist of it. So then you guys are also and you're a writer too, but I noticed that you guys are very good at editing other writers, actually. Like you guys are good editors because you need to read something and get to the gist of it. What is this person trying to say?
Mm, mm.
So, yeah,
Mm, you may
maybe we
say
can
so.
collaborate a little bit.
I would love to. I'll be happy to help you, and it
Okay.
will be interesting.
Okay, awesome. I'm excited.
Okay. You
Okay,
take care and
okay.
we shall keep in touch. And thank you for writing me because I've been quiet from time to time, but I've been thinking, did I go to Istanbul and what happened? And
Yeah,
what happened later?
yeah.
Okay, you take
Okay,
care and
okay. Спасибо.
so keep in touch. My
Приятного
pleasure.
аппетита. Да.
Спасибо, Виктор.
Окей, окей. Пока-пока.